Hello and Happy New Year! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emerald the Quilter and we have been working on quilts from the Perfect 5 Quilts book by Emma, and I have all of my Icebox cookie blocks laid out and ready to go up on the design wall. So today we're going to lay out our blocks and assemble them. On page 12 and 13 you'll find the assembly instructions in your book, and I'm going to help myself remember the direction these blocks need to face by thinking as our main print fabrics as an arrow. So in the center, the bottom right, we have a 4-patch with accent fabrics. So I use Solana, and I'm going to remember that in my first column, all of my Solana fabrics, which is my main print, need to be upwards and facing the top left, and then rotate. In the next column, they'll be facing downwards on the bottom right, and they just alternate that way. And then in between each block is a sashing, which I have my sashing already prepared. The only sashing I don't have prepared just yet is my longer pieces of sashing that will go in between, which I'll go ahead and do as I'm assembling the blocks into rows. So I'm going to put this book down and then just start thinking about where I want my fabrics to go. And you'll see me move some colors and prints around because I don't want some of the same prints, because I have like 4 of the panel fabrics and then I think 3 or 4 of the large sunflower prints. I don't want those to go together. So I will just be looking at my book and thinking about where do I want them to go. So I have a lot of peach and green prints is what I have the most of, and I know that I have 6 rows and 6 columns to go through. So I'm just going to start with the top and then move my way towards the bottom. So let's see. I'm going to start with the 3rd top column and use this seam that's on my design board as a guide. So column 3 and column 4 will be on either side of the seam of my design wall. Okay, maybe a yellow, maybe a peach, and a blue, I only have a couple of fabrics that have white on them. It's like this ladybug and sunflower. So I'll make sure to disperse those equally, and I think I just want at least one of them to be somewhere in the center. 3, 4, 5, and then let's do a green. Okay, and then I'm going to start column 4, which is downwards right. I think I want to do a blue. No, that doesn't look quite right. That looks better. Okay, and I'm just going to keep going from here. I'll add another yellow. Actually, I think this and this print are kind of simple, so I'm going to add one with more design to it. See, I have blue in this column already. I don't know exactly how it's gonna go, if I'll have enough to like have one of each color in every column or in every row. So I'm just gonna play with it and keep going. Definitely something that would pop, maybe white ladybug. This one's so cute. Okay, so 2 of my columns are done. Now I'm gonna, it just helps me sometimes, and I don't always do it the same way, but sort of to get a vertical layout and a horizontal layout, and it can help me disperse my fabrics more equally. But like I said, I don't always do it every single time, and I always end up moving things around anyways, so this is just how I'm gonna do it today, I guess. So now this is gonna go downwards. And let's see, I have a large sunflower here, so I'd like to add a large sunflower up here. And I don't have any yellow down here, so I'd like to add yellow over here. Maybe right there. I also don't have any blue down here, so I'm gonna bring out a blue. And don't have any green on this side, so I'm gonna look for green. There's one. And I know that I have a panel here and here, so I've got 2 panels left. So one is gonna have to go on this left side and the outermost right side. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and place those now so I don't forget. So there's one, so this is bottom right, upper left, and then the other panel is gonna go, I guess, how about over here? This is upper left, and so this would be facing the bottom right. So let's put it in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right here, 6. I was about to create a 7th row by accident. Actually, I think right here. Okay, I like that better. Now, where else do I need blue? I still think I need some more blue over here. So I'm gonna add, let's see, a light peach right here. And then I wanna add blue over here. And some green. Where do I need green? Green is everywhere because it's in the accent fabric, so it makes it kind of difficult, but it's okay. It's earthy, and it's a farm, a sunflower farm. This one is very pretty. Right here seems nice. I'm facing the wrong way. And this is another large sunflower, so I need this one to go somewhere on the right side. I think I'll put that down here. And green. These are the same print, different colors, so I'm gonna move this one. Maybe right here. That should be fine. Actually, I think it's too close. I'm gonna put this one here. And then I'll put this one on this side. Here. That looks good. Now I have the panel and then 2 greens very close to one another, so I'm gonna add blue to make it pop. Oh, but that's the same. I'm gonna add a different blue. This one is quite different. much better. I'm gonna add some peach. Don't have any of these very sunny prints over here, so that can go here. I have 2 more blue fabrics, a few yellows, and then a few peaches. So let's think. I think this one can go up here. Ladybug can go over here. It's a different shade of peach. This one's more orangey. Yellow can go, these are like thatchet, so I don't want those too close together. I don't have any yellow in my top row, so I'm gonna add this one over here. Sunflower seeds in yellow. That can go here. It looks really nice. Another peach. That works here. And let's say blue. And I've got 2 more blues. So I'm thinking I'm gonna move this one over one so I can have a green in between each blue, but then this is the same. Okay, I'm gonna have to move that one. Let's just get these up here. That looks good there, and then the only spot I have left is here. Okay, so I've got all my blocks up, and I see a few blocks that need to be moved around, which are these 2 because they're the same print, and these 2. Oh, and these 2 as well. So about half of these blocks are going to be moved around, but at least I like the color placement. So I'm going to stop the video here, move them around, and then I'll resume and show you what I've done as soon as I've made up my mind. Okay, I've laid out all my blocks where I want them. I'm happy with them. I took a lot of time moving them around, making sure that none of the stronger colors were too close, that I didn't have any of the same prints too close, and it looks pretty good. So let's take a look. I have also put them closer together. That was just to help me make sure that I wasn't putting anything like, you know, ladybugs too close to ladybugs, or the thatchet print that's very strong with, you know, a very strong darker green like this one with the sunflowers. And now that I've got them all down and my design board is here with my sashing, I'm going to take them off the wall row by row and chain sew them. So the way that I like to do this is I just start at the top and then I add 1 row at a time, and the next row all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And if you are noticing that the quality of the video is different, it's because I got a camera and speaker system for Christmas. And when my husband heard me working on my next video, he came up here and helped me set everything up, and I'm really looking forward to making better quality videos for you guys. So now you can see the fabric better and hopefully hear me better too. All right, I'm on the 3rd row. Now this only works if you take a picture, and it's actually so handy for me to have a camera now because I don't have to take my phone off. I have my picture right here, and just make things more smoother. Almost done. It's helpful to remember which side of your design board or anywhere you're placing your blocks is the top. So I need to always remember that this is the top of my design board so that I can sew my sashing to the right, except for the last one, which now that I think about it, I should have left that off, but I will check my pattern and use my phone now to make sure that I don't add sashing to the rightmost block on every row. So like this one. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that one there. Okay, so here they are. Oops, that fell down. We're gonna take these to the sewing machine and I will chain sew them and I will get that set up right now. So let's take a look. Okay, so we're at the sewing machine and I have my stitch length set to 1.5. I have a leader in. The first thing that I'm gonna do is sew these horizontal borders together so that I don't forget to do them later. You take the first one, lay it across, grab the next one, and lay it perpendicular. Okay, fold the crease. This gives me a sew line, and make sure I have right sides together, and then I begin. And throw that to the back. Lay this one horizontal, and I just repeat the same steps. Now I'm sewing them all together. That way, when it's time for me to sew my rows to each other, I can measure a little bit longer in length and sew them on one side and then trim on the other. So it just helps to make it more exact. And of course, pinning along the way avoids any sort of waving. I'm going to keep on scooting those. Got about 4 more left. Now I believe these are also the outer borders, and it's okay that they're together because if I remember correctly, the outer borders and the sashing are the same size. So just make sure you follow your pattern. And I'm going to pick up the speed just a little bit. All right, 2 more of these. All right, now the sashing and borders are all done. I'm going to scoot those to the back, and I'm going to leave them attached. And now it's time for me to take all of these here and sew the sashing to the right side of the blocks. Now when you are running them through your machine, you'll notice that some of your seams go upwards. And you don't want this to get caught on the bump of your needle plate. So as you're moving your blocks forward, just check and feel to make sure that it's not being pushed in the opposite direction. You can give it a little lift. That takes care of that. And make sure that your sashing, especially when you have a white on white, is also right sides together, because when you are cutting, it's easy to just leave them, especially if you cut them while your fabrics were folded, to leave them in the direction that they were cut. Like this one that I just pulled up, it was with the wrong side facing down, and I just need to make sure that I sew them all right sides together. The blocks with the arrows facing the bottom right are the easiest to sew because there's less seams there. So that's nice. So I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and you got to spend it with people that you love. My son had a blast. He just recently started walking. He's trying to run, and he spent his New Year's following his older cousins and looking at what they were doing. We brought the playpen with us to my in-laws, and we were able to put him down there so he wouldn't stay up too late. And he was just so sweet when it was time for us to go, because we didn't stay until midnight. It was also late for us too. When I went to go wake him up, he was laughing in his sleep. So precious. Just stared at him for a while. So I know he had a really good New Year's. And on Christmas, he was actually helping open his own presents. He has so many toys now, and when he was opening his presents, he would tear off a little piece of wrapping paper or throw the tissue away from a bag, and he would give us the trash. But he most certainly has his favorite toys. With having a 1-year-old, we did forget this year to buy gifts for our pets. So we owe them. So I'm about halfway done. I'm running out of room back here, so I gotta just push it back. And if you're wondering about those blocks at the furthermost right of each row, I went ahead and took them out because they were actually on the top of every row stack. Okay, I'm on my last row. So exciting. Oh, and I hope I have enough sashing pieces. I thought I had cut enough. We'll see. Okay, let's see. I have 2 more blocks and 2 more pieces of sashing. Yay, I'm gonna make it. So good, so good. Oftentimes I'm short 1 or a few, especially corner squares. Those I often miscount. All right, last one. All right, let's cut this thread. And I'll bring this beautiful stack forward for you to see. Okay. Here it is. I am going to lay this out and cut the threads. I'll try to keep it all in order in the chain that it's in, but if it gets out of order, it's okay because I took a picture, and I hope that as you're doing this, you remember to take pictures too to help keep your blocks organized. And then I'm gonna press them according to the pattern. So let me go ahead and do that. And then I'll meet you back at the design wall. All right, I have finished pressing all of my blocks, and I laid them back out onto the design wall. They're facing the right direction. I do not have an extra piece of sashing on the rightmost block in each row. And I did go ahead and leave a space in between the rows so that you could see this strip here. This is the long piece of sashing, and you can see what it's gonna look like. It's gonna look so pretty. When you are chain piecing, this is what your pieces look like. They're so organized and they are easy to snip in between. So in my next video, I will have my quilt top completely assembled, and I hope you will have yours done too. In the next video, I will be free motion quilting or using a walking foot, and I will show you more of that, like I showed you more of the sewing here in this video. So I will brainstorm what design ideas I'd like to use. And so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!